Hi everyone, good evening. Thank you for joining us for another Unived Live. Today we have with us two very special athletes on our panel, Nupur Singh and Vipul Kumar, who will be representing India at the 100K World Championship at Berlin in the coming weeks. We're really excited to talk to them today and get insights on how their training sessions are going. And let me introduce our first athlete to you guys, Nupur Singh. Nupur Singh began her running journey after she left her full time job at Delhi to move to the mountains 6 years ago. As a schoolgirl, Nupur was involved in many different sports and excelled at everything. She was organizing racing events and later decided to give it her a try herself. She is now a trail runner by heart and also excels at ultra and marathon distances on the road. Nupur has had a stellar season, starting with the Eco Trail at 80K at Saudi Arabia, where she secured a podium at the second place, finishing in the top 10 overall. She was also a podium finisher at the New Delhi Full Marathon this year, where she ran in the elite category. Quite very recently, she set the female national record for running the fastest 100K at Bangalore, clocking a timing of 8:44:27. Nupur is among the four women to represent India at the 100K World Championship to be held at Berlin this year. So I welcome Nupur. Congratulations. Thank you for joining us. कैसे हो? How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Excited for the days ahead.
Yeah, we
Thank
are
you for
really excited
having this.
to
Yeah.
hear from you. Yeah. Next up is Vipul. So, Vipul is a 23-year-old marathoner, ultra marathoner, and one of the finest runners of our country. Vipul started running at the age of 12, inspired by his grandfather. He has had a pretty good racing season this year where he finished at podiums at the New Delhi, Bangalore, TCS 50K at Lonavala. He will now also be representing India at the 100K World Championship in August, which is going to be his first international race. Vipul's best 100K timing is 7:39. So, after running the 100K at Berlin, Vipul will also be joining the Indian Army and continue to pursue his passion for the sport. So, let me bring you on. Hello, Vipul. कैसे हो? Thank you for joining us.
Hello, ma'am. I'm good. I'm really
Yes.
excited to
So,
be in live a second time. मतलब लाइफ का पहला वो
yeah.
लाइफ का सेकंड लाइफ
विप
मतलब लाइफ
या
का
विपुल के साथ हमने पहले भी एक बार लाइव किया हुआ है वेर हमने उनके रनिंग जर्नी के बारे में काफ़ी डिटेल में बात की थी सो थैंक यू सेकंड टाइम भी हमारे साथ चैट करने के लिए सो फर्स्टली हम बहुत ही ज़्यादा प्राउड है इट इज़ अ वेरी प्राउड मोमेंट फॉर अस कि हमारे दो एथलीट्स विल बी रिप्रेजेंटिंग आवर कंट्री सो really excited to know कि we can start with Nupur first कि वो क्या feeling है how did you feel when you first got the when it was announced that you will be representing India at the 100K championships.
So obviously, it's a very exciting feeling. I mean, I'm very honored to be representing India at a world level, and obviously, the journey has not been very smooth or I've gone through a lot of stages, and now being here, it's really an honor. Uh, I mean, in India, we know that sports, let alone running, is not, seen as same as any other profession or anything. So, for us to be able to reach at this level, it's very important. It's very, for others to get inspired and for pursue running. Like I belong to Uttar Pradesh, and it's a very conservative family. So uh, when I decided to make this shift from quitting my job in Delhi and shifting to mountains, and designing my lifestyle around running, it was very difficult for them to like understand that why I'm doing this. And just to make them understand the point that running makes me happy, and
Yeah.
there's a lifestyle that we can build around it. So it was very difficult for them to grasp that feeling. So being here, being able to represent at at the international level, this is something to look up, to be proud of. Like I'm glad that I am been able to break some of the stereotypes which we have in the community in general, for women especially. So I'm really glad, and I mean, feel gratitude that I've been able to do that. And obviously, I mean, um, uh, I, if my parents were alive today, they'll be very proud of me being able to represent country. So let's see.
Yeah.
Very really excited for the days ahead.
Yeah, we all are really proud, and that's it's an amazing feeling for even for us to, for me as a woman to look at you and get inspired, even if I'm not a runner, just to draw some inspiration. It's amazing. विपुल, आप क्या रिलेट कर पा रहे हैं नुपुर से, बिकॉज आप काफी यंग है. विपुल इज ओनली 23. तो कैसा लग रहा है to be a part of the Indian team?
मेरे लिए काफी इम्पोर्टेंट था कि एक ज- जल्दी से एक अपनी इंडियन टीम में जगह बनाना। तो मुझे अपने आप पे एक प्राउड है कि मैंने एक बड़ी छोटी सी एज में अपनी टीम में जगह बनाई, और मैंने ये नोट किया है कि मैं अपनी टीम में सबसे छोटा हूँ। तो इसके लिए आई एम ऑल्सो प्राउड ऑफ दैट। तो मेरे लिए काफी इम्पोर्टेंट था कि जल्दी से इंटरनेशनल एक डिब्यूट किया जाए और एटलीस्ट एक मेडल जीता जाए, क्योंकि मेरे ग्रैंडफादर ने बहुत सपोर्ट किया था इसमें। तो वो भी चाहते थे कि मैं जल्दी अपना इंटरनेशनल डेब्यूट करूं, और साथ में एक एटलीस्ट एक मेडल होना चाहिए, मतलब। तो ही वाज पास्ड अवे लास्ट ईयर। तो अगर वो अभी मतलब जिंदा होते तो काफी प्राउड करते मेरे पे, क्योंकि फैमिली में सबसे ज्यादा उन्होंने सपोर्ट किया था, और काफी नॉलेज मेरे को उनसे मिली थी, और काफी नॉलेज उनसे मिली थी, क्योंकि बहुत एक्सपीरियंस था उनको रनिंग का। और तो मैं कहूंगा
Yes.
कि उनकी वजह से मैं इस लेवल पे हूँ अभी। तो आई एम वेरी थैंकफुल टू हिम।
Yeah, as I said, we there are a lot of people who are really proud of you guys. My very first question to you would be, अगर कोई भागता है, especially considering y'all are ultra distance runners. For just for the audience, ultra distance is anything beyond 42 kilometers. तो डेफिनेटली भागना आप लोग को बहुत पसंद है, इसीलिए आप ये कर पाते हैं. बट व्हाट इज वन थिंग which running has given you that nothing else gives you, a feeling or something जो सिर्फ रनिंग से आपको मिलती है, and which keeps you going?
So, for me personally, running started as a means to stay fit and like experience new places, new mountains, like that. But over the past few years, as I've grown as a runner, running has taken up a lot of meanings in different ways. So when it comes to ultra running, especially, it's a different game altogether. You spend so much time alone with your thoughts. You fall into different zones, depending upon your fatigue, depending upon the type of terrain you are running on, and you fall into different zones in the course of that duration you are running. It's like you keep tuning in and tuning out, and sometimes it's when you're thinking, sometimes you're thinking deep thoughts about life, and life in general, how far you have come, and other times it's just about the runner in front of you and just about the numbers, what pace you are running or like that. So it keeps
Yes.
on tuning in and tuning out. Now, it's hard to explain it in words. Only a person who has been through those number of hours on fatigued legs and on fatigued mind, they can understand what the feeling is. Like, it's not I mean, defined by one moment ki ha, you are thinking कि ऐसा फील हो रहा है या ऐसा फील हो रहा है. It keeps on changing. And uh, I mean, different people experience different things, and the fact about running, that it's so dynamic and it brings out so many raw emotions out of you, is what I love most about it. Like, it's like a drug, not to have a better word, that makes you want to come back again and again, like, irrespective of having those painful and not just painful, like those euphoric moments, still you want to come back again and again. So that's what I like the most about running, that it's so dynamic, and it brings so much raw emotions out of you. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's about it. Mm.
I think your response tells us how passionate you are about running, and
Mm.
it's amazing to uh, look at you. For just to थोड़े टेक्निकल एस्पेक्ट्स के ऊपर आते हैं, एंड
Mm.
while running for such a long distance, आप लोग एक hard amounts of training sessions goes into while training for such a distance. How do you
Mm.
all prevent injuries? Because जब आप इतने hard sessions डाल रहे हो तो injury becomes a very close companion, and how do you all manage to keep it at the bay? uh, Vipul, you can take this कि आप injuries को prevent करने के लिए क्या techniques use करते हैं, physically या nutrition wise आप क्या करते हैं?
मैं मानता हूँ कि एक तो स्ट्रेंथ ट्रेनिंग और आपका रनिंग फॉर्म, ये वो दोनों बहुत मैटर करते हैं, मतलब प्रिवेंट इंजरीज के लिए। मैं यहाँ पे स्ट्रेंथ ट्रेनिंग को बहुत ज़्यादा मतलब इम्पोर्टेंस देता हूँ, क्योंकि स्ट्रेंथ ट्रेनिंग एक ऐसी चीज़ है जो आपको रनिंग में इतना स्ट्रॉन्ग बनाती है कि आप जब आप आखिरी के किलोमीटर्स में भी जब अपने आप को पुश करते हैं तो काफ़ी वहाँ पे आपको हेल्प करता है। और मसल्स के जब आपके मसल्स में जब स्ट्रेंथ होती है तो आप जब उससे आपका रनिंग फॉर्म भी एक अच्छे लेवल पे होता है, और जब आप रनिंग कर रहे होते हैं तो एक मजा सा आ रहा होता है कि आपकी बॉडी में स्ट्रेंथ है रनिंग के लिए, तो आपको काफी मजा आ रहा होता है कि उस वक्त क्या हो रहा होता है कि आपके बॉडी में पेन नहीं हो रहा होता, क्योंकि आपके मसल्स में बहुत स्ट्रेंथ है, और इट्स इट्स ऑल बिकॉज ऑफ स्ट्रेंथ ट्रेनिंग। तो मैं यहाँ पे स्ट्रेंथ ट्रेनिंग को बहुत इम्पोर्टेंस देता हूँ, और जब मैं रनिंग कर रहा होता हूँ तो फोकस करता हूँ कि मेरा रनिंग फॉर्म अच्छा रहे। और काफी लोग काफी लोग इसकी मतलब मुझे मुझे मतलब अच्छा लगता है कि मेरा जो रनिंग फॉर्म है काफी अच्छा है, मुझे ऐसा लगता है। और सामने जो मुझे लोग देखते हैं ट्रेनिंग करते हुए, तो उन्होंने मुझे काफी बार बोला कि आपका रनिंग फॉर्म बहुत अच्छा है, तो मुझे वहाँ पे मतलब देख के अच्छा, मैं सुन के अच्छा लगता है कि मतलब काफी काफी काम किया मैंने अपनी स्ट्रेंथ ट्रेनिंग पे। तो
Yes, I
So
think the takeaway here is uh, no, don't just keep running, but also include strength training in your weeks.
yeah.
Yeah, Nupur?
So it's more about matlab what I feel is what Vipul said is true, definitely. And matlab it might look like we are doing a lot of miles right now, but it's not. Matlab for us being an ultra runner, it's not just now. Matlab that we have started running so much suddenly. We have been training for past couple of years, and the strength and the running form and everything along that goes along with running. Yeah, is in the development over the years. And for a general person, it might look that we do a lot of run, but it's not like that. It's been in training. Like a few years back, I used to do 40 kilometers uh, or 50 kilometers, but now I'm being able to do 60 kilometers or 80 kilometers. So it's a gradual growth, and you grow as a complete person in your strength, in your mentally, how you uh, take up a distance and time, and so it's all grow. It goes like parallelly everything
Yeah.
with the strength training and all. And obviously,
Yeah.
Unived has also been a big part in for me in understanding nutrition and what my body needs to be able to sustain this load. So it's like a total, a whole thing, not just one thing. Like I've been following a vegetarian, almost vegan diet for past 3.5 years, and that has also helped me in quite a lot of ways. And I've been able to understand nutrition better. Like running is not just about doing miles, but to be able to perform at that level, you need to take those amount of calories and those nutrition to perform better. So it's a whole thing, what I think.
Correct. Yeah.
Mm.
um, आई थिंक अनदर एस्पेक्ट जो काफ़ी एथलीट्स इग्नोर करते हैं इज रिकवरी, विच मे बी दे डोंट इग्नोर इट बट दे डोंट नो हाउ टू अप्रोच इट. काफ़ी लोगों को पता है कि रिकवरी काफ़ी इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट,
Yeah.
बट उन्हें पता नहीं होता है कि कैसे उसे अप्रोच करें, या व्हाट शुड आई डू फिजिकली, व्हाट शुड आई डू, और
Mhm.
आर देयर न्यूट्रिशनल एस्पेक्ट्स टू रिकवरी. तो
Mhm.
आप लोगों के लिए रिकवरी कितना इम्पोर्टेंट है नाउ दैट यू आर पुटिंग इन ऑल दीज माइल्स? आप लोगों के लिए हाउ इम्पोर्टेंट इज रिकवरी एंड हाउ डू यू ऑल रिकवर? Nupur, you can take this one.
Yeah. So recovery for what I feel that it's also person to person. Over the years, like I have understood my body better, like how much load and how much training intensity I'm putting in, and I mean, I design my recovery accordingly. Like I live a simple mountain life. Like after a long run, I dip my feet in a reversed cold river stream. That is my recovery over here. Like I put my feet against the wall. That is one. I'm very much on sleep. Like afternoon nap is like my ritual, and I get very irritated if someone wakes me up in between during those afternoon hours. So that helps me a lot. Sleep is a key factor to recover fast, because I know that uh, not just sleep, I need to replenish my glycogen levels. Like I have a run in the evening also, and in the next day morning also. So everything goes in circulation. Like I said, it's a whole thing. We are not just doing the miles or distance. It's also, I mean, to be able to, for those miles to be able to, matlab I mean, for our body to adapt to those miles, we need to
Correct.
recover accordingly. So that is
Yeah.
there.
I think a lot of people would want to have a nice river stream recovery to happen.
The
So,
most recommended.
या विपुल, आप आपका रिकवरी पे क्या टेक है? आप कैसे रिकवर करते हैं?
अभी जो नुपुर मैम ने कहा कि स्लीप वहाँ पे बहुत मैटर करती है, तो वो बिल्कुल सही है. एक तो लेस लेस टाइम ऑन ग्राउंड एंड स्लीप, ये दोनों बहुत ज़्यादा मैटर करता है रिकवरी के लिए, और साथ में प्रोटीन इंटेक. तो जब भी यहाँ पे अगर कोई रिकवरी की बात आती है, तो मैं कोशिश करता हूँ कि मेरा जो टाइम है ग्राउंड पे वो कम हो, और अपने लेग्स को एलिवेटेड करके, मतलब जो राइस फॉर्मूला होता है वो मैं उसको ही ट्राई करता हूँ अपना मैं रिकवरी सेशंस में. आफ्टर लॉन्ग रन में ट्राई करता हूँ कि एक आइस बात लेने की, वो काफी हेल्प करता है मेरे टाइट मसल्स को उसको रिलैक्स करने के लिए. तो मतलब और साथ में रिकवरी का यहाँ जो मैं ज़्यादा मैं इम्पोर्टेंट देता हूँ वहाँ पे स्लीप को, क्योंकि जितना मैं सोता हूँ मतलब उतना ही मेरी जो बॉडी है वो नेक्स्ट डे अच्छा रिस्पॉन्स करती है वर्कआउट के टाइम। तो मैंने फील किया है कि यहाँ पे स्लीप बहुत हेल्प करती है मेरे को
Yeah.
रिकवरी के लिए।
Another thing that I feel जो recovery में और भी help करता है mentally, I would say कि living a simple life, like which doesn't have stressors on like जो regular दिन के stressors होते हैं, that also helps. Like for me, living a simple mountain life is also a sort of a recovery that I'm not मतलब इतना ज़्यादा pressure नहीं है जो cities में लोगों को होता है. So that also helps in recovery in certain ways, like at least your mental recovery.
Yeah, I think that's a great point to highlight,
Mm.
and
Mm.
to it's insightful.
Mm.
In terms of nutrition and training, how are you guys strategizing that in your current training blocks? Uh, how are you placing nutrition and hydration
Okay.
to crack the distance and to make sure that you guys are really, your body is responding to
Mhm.
your physical training?
Hmm. So, Vipul, I'll go.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, you can go, Nupur.
Hmm. So, like in the last few months, last like a couple of months of my training, I have like strategized. I mean, I've planned a strategy to go with, but at the same time, like we are human beings and we are not machines, and it'll a lot of things will change on the race day, like. I mean, weather may not be, I mean, in our favors or like that. So obviously, I have a plan A, which I'll be which I'll be implementing mainly on the race day. But if things doesn't go as per the plan, I will switch to plan B or plan C. That will depend upon the day. So basically, what I my goal is to meet my hourly caloric needs of maybe 200, 225 to 250 calories an hour, and like properly stay hydrated and maintain my fluid levels and electrolyte levels. So that is the key goal. And along with the gels and the electrolytes and everything, I will be having solid foods in between, like boiled potatoes or peanut butter and maybe some oranges and like that. And depending on how my body is responding on the race day, I will be flexible to make adjustments accordingly. So while going for the run, I have the main plan A, and plan B and C. I'll be ready for that too if things doesn't work as according to the plan. So that's the idea. See, being able to adapt to the situation and not restrict myself to like this is how it is, otherwise it's not.
Yeah, I think we're glad to see that you're prepared. And how about Vipul? आपका nutrition and hydration strategy क्या होगा for the race?
मैंने अपनी जो न्यूट्रिशन स्ट्रेटजी में थोड़ा सा चेंज किया है। पहले रेसेस में मैं जेल्स बहुत कम लेता था, एवरी 15 किलोमीटर्स एंड देन 30। तो इस बार मैंने थोड़ा सा चेंज किया है इसमें कि एवरी ड्यूरिंग माय 100 किलोमीटर चैंपियनशिप मैं एवरी 10 किलोमीटर वहाँ पे जेल यूज करूंगा। और इट्स डिपेंड ऑन माय बॉडी ऑल्सो। और जैसे मैंने अपना न्यूट्रिशन मैंने अपनी जो स्ट्रेटेजाइज की है चैंपियनशिप के लिए, तो उसी हिसाब से मैंने अपनी ट्रेनिंग भी करी है। तो न्यूट्रिशन का तो मुझे यहाँ पे कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं होगा मेरे ख्याल से, क्योंकि काफी काफी ध्यान में रखते हुए मैंने उसको मतलब स्ट्रेटेजाइज किया है इस बार। मेक श्योर कि जेल में इसलिए मैं ज्यादा कंज्यूम करूंगा बिकॉज मेक श्योर कि मैं फैटिग ना फील करूं, मतलब एटलीस्ट 80 किलोमीटर तक मुझे फैटिग नहीं फील होना चाहिए। तो मैंने उस हिसाब से अपना एक न्यूट्रिशन चार्ट बनाया है। तो आई एम प्रिपेयर्ड एज वेल विद माय न्यूट्रिशन।
Great. I think a good point here to highlight is how your nutrition and hydration strategies have to be tried out in your training. Up directly race day pe jaake you cannot try
Yeah,
different things. So, do you want to Nupur? Do you want to highlight on how your training with your like while planning your APCs, you are trying out these plans in your training?
Yes, definitely. Like in the past 5 6 months, I have trained in like in Manali. The weather is cold and it's raining most of the time, so the conditions are different. So nutrition intake which I take while in Manali is slightly different. Like I've also trained in Chandigarh and Delhi where it's very hot and humid. So accordingly, I have like change the hydration and nutrition differently over there. Like what happens if it's very hot at that time, so what I'm going to take intake, right? So like that I have, like in the past 5 6 7 weeks I have like taken all the things that I'm planning on taking on the race day. And the Berlin, what the past few years weather is predicted, it's slightly colder only from 20 to 25 degrees. So the weather is similar to Manali only, but so I'm hopeful that like the major of my training is in the colder weather only, not colder, I mean like cool conditions. So I'm
Coolness.
so I mean, that's what I've trained for, like in the long runs also, and even this faster runs also. So accordingly, I've
Yeah,
taken the nutrition and hydration.
yeah. And in a week, how does your typical training week look like? Since you all spoke about strength conditioning, strength training, how often are you all cross training as well? Apart from strength training and running, what are you guys cross training with? विपुल आप कैसे करते हैं क्रॉस ट्रेन? आई थिंक विपुल ने मेंशन किया था लास्ट लाइव में कि वो काफी योगा प्रैक्टिस करते हैं व्हेन ही इज
yeah.
नॉट रनिंग. तो
Uh,
हाउ हैज योगा हेल्प्ड यू गेट बिकम अ बेटर रनर?
यस मैम, योगा योगा ने मेरे को काफी हेल्प किया, एक तो रिकवर में और माय परफॉर्मेंस परफॉर्मेंस को और अच्छा करने के लिए। और एक योगा करने से आपका जो आप जो भी चीज कर रहे हैं लाइफ में, तो उसके लिए वो आपका वो फोकस भी और बढ़ाता है। तो योगा मैं ज्यादा यूज करता हूँ अपने आफ्टर माय लॉन्ग रन, आफ्टर माय स्पीड सेशंस। तो इट हेल्प्स मी अ लॉट टू रिकवर फास्टर एंड फोकस मोर ऑन माय गेम एंड
योगा
दैट्स
के
ऑल।
अलावा आप कोई और क्रॉस ट्रेनिंग टेक्निक्स यूज करते हैं?
आई एम इट्स रेयर, वेरी रेयर, बट इट्स साइक्लिंग। साइक्लिंग मैं यूज करता हूँ, बट इट्स वेरी रेयर।
Okay, how about you, Nupur? How are you cross training in the mountains?
Uh, Cross training, like my mostly routine is running or strength training. Yoga I do sometimes. Like in currently I'm in the taper phase, so the workload is very training load is very low. But in the past 6 weeks, my plan was based on my menses cycle. So like it was 3 weeks of high intensity and 1 week of easy training. And in those 3 weeks, like along with long runs and strength training and all that, uh, I mean, for recoveries, I usually go for a walk or hike. That's about it, because cycling I love doing, although, but over here it's either go up or go down. So it gets very difficult. If I go down, I'll have to climb all the way up. So it doesn't remain as a, I mean, cross training, but it becomes a workout in itself. So I avoid cycling also. So it's mostly go for a walk and simply just that, and maybe go for a hike and
Yeah,
have an easy day. But
great.
nothing yoga sometimes I do. I get bored with yoga in between, and I'm not being a runner, you get your body gets very stiff. So I'm not that flexible with yoga. So yes, in the future I want to include that in my practice definitely, but at the moment I'm not very good at yoga. So that is it.
uh,
Meditation I tried sometime. That is not a cross training, but yeah, it's a mental training. But that I found even more difficult than running an ultra. Like it's easier to run
yeah,
eight.
that's what. Yeah.
It's easier to run for 8 hours, but it's very difficult to meditate for even 5 minutes. So that is. Hmm.
या आई थिंक वो चीज़ मुझे हाईलाइट करनी थी कि रनिंग वाइल रनिंग फॉर सच अ लॉन्ग टाइम आपका मेंटल डायलॉग क्या होता है, व्हाट आर यू टेलिंग योर सेल्स वाइल रनिंग? पीपल लिसन टू म्यूजिक और पॉडकास्ट और but what is your real mental dialogue? What are you telling yourself? What keeps you going?
Hmm.
Vipul, uh, you can go first.
अ,
आप खुद को
जब
क्या
मैं
बोलते हैं?
जब मैं छोटा था, तो जब मैंने जस्ट रनिंग स्टार्ट ही करी थी, तो तब मैं 11-12 साल का था, तो मेरे दादाजी मेरे को पार्क ले जाया करते थे। तो वहाँ पे तब मैं थोड़ा-सा मेंटली थोड़ा-सा मतलब थोड़ा मैं उस वक़्त थोड़ा-सा डिप्रेस था, क्योंकि तब मेरी मॉम भी पास्ड अवे हो गई थी। तो दादाजी मेरे को पार्क ले जाया करते थे, और थोड़ा-सा मेरा जो मन है वो ठीक ठीक करने के लिए। तो मैं वहाँ पे जब लोगों को देखता था कि जॉग करते हुए या रनिंग करते हुए, तो मुझे देखना था कि वो मतलब कैसा लगता है ये सब करके। तो मैंने भी वो देख के मतलब उनकी तरह थोड़ा-सा चीटिंग करके उनकी तरह मतलब स्टार्ट किया। तो अ, मैंने थोड़ा टाइम तक करता गया, तो उसके बाद देखा कि यार अ, ये सब करने में तो बहुत मज़ा आ रहा है, और मन में आता था कि यार कि मतलब भागते रहना है बस, कि ये करने में बहुत मज़ा आ रहा है। और अंदर ही आता था कि बस जितना टाइम हो सके मतलब अंदर ही आता था कि जो मतलब भागने में बहुत मज़ा आ रहा है, तो इसको भागते रहो। तो ये मेंटली मुझे ये बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग करता है कि मतलब जब आपको किसी चीज़ करने में मज़ा आ रहा है, तो डेफ़िनेटली वो करते रहना चाहिए। तो
Yeah.
जस्ट वहीं से मेरी जो रनिंग जर्नी स्टार्ट हुई थी कि बस यही करना है बस।
Yeah. How about you, Nupur? What
So
is your mental dialogue?
so like I like I said before also na, like the best part about running is that it brings out so many emotions out of you na. So like in ultra running, like you spend so much time with your thoughts alone, and you constantly tune in tune out of like a stream of thoughts. Like one moment you are simply focused on the trail in front of you, like you're watching your footsteps, the different types of terrain you are running on, and the other moment you come across a flat road surface, like where you can tune out of those technical issues and then technical parts, and then your thoughts shift to like more intense and deep thoughts, like about life, about in general, like your problems in life, your shortcomings. You think about your childhood or how far you have come in your running journey, and like it's uh, a bombardment of bizarre thoughts. Like it keeps on coming and going, coming and going. So I mean that's like, and sometimes like it's more about you're thinking ki what I'm going to have post run, like those
Yeah.
parathas, aloo parathas or khichdi, whatever, like you even for the next day. I like after Saturday Sundays were my mostly long runs, and I used to think like, wow, tomorrow is the rest day. I'll be like chilling out in my hammock reading a book the entire day, nothing else. So even that comes in my mind. So
Oh, that was a beautiful post, by the way.
yeah, yeah.
I don't
So,
know if Vipul ने वो देखा, but that was a really beautiful post.
so I mean, but only few of the days I get sunny days around here. So either I chill out on the hammock or I'll go for a hike. Those are the two things I look forward. And like,
Yeah.
matlab the most mental dialogue, you if you're asking, like it goes with uh, bizarre of thoughts. Like it's like you can't pinpoint on one thing. Like
Yeah.
one of the experience I would like to uh, share if you would want. Like
Yeah,
one
sure.
race where I experienced these bombardment of thoughts, like from extreme emotions of exhilaration and like happy feeling, and then at the same time I was feeling like very emotional and crying in the between. Like Eco Trail Alula, I've mentioned before also. Like he, at that time, matlab I came out of a very traumatic year. Very like I was in a very low stage from my training point of view, also my fitness point of view, also, and emotionally also. So when I got the call from Anand from Manad Ultra and Krish from Asia Trail Masters for asking me to attend the Eco Trail Alula, I was like this has to be my comeback race. And so I trained for that. And when I went for that run, so while I went to Saudi Arabia alone, and Saudi Arabia is like a very conservative country for especially for women. So I mean it brought, I mean, in that entire a week phase, I was like going through a lot of raw emotions. And in that race, particularly, those raw emotions came in a lot of ways. Like that it was new landscape, new people, like the rigid. I'm used to greens in Manali, and over
Yeah.
there it was dry, rugged mountains, desert, sand everywhere, heat. So it was like very beautiful at one point. And plus that I love running on trails and technical trails. I get really excited about running on those trails. So that was one point. And when like I said, when a straight road or straight flat segments come, at those points, like your thought gets like directed towards those intense feelings about it. So at those times, I was more towards like what I've lost, and I literally was crying while running. So, matlab, so the best part about I mean ultra running is that uh, I mean those combination of thoughts and emotions that you go through in that 9-10 hours of your running. And I mean that's the uh, I mean the beautiful part of ultra running.
Yeah.
You get to know yourself better, and you understand a lot of things about yourself and how to move forward going forward. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Thank you
it
for
was a great, I
sharing
mean, it
that
gave
event.
me yeah, it gave
Yeah.
me like matlab, when that call came, I was literally questioning like what is it like. I've been running for past 5-6 years, and where I am right now. So I've been questioning a lot of things. But once you go there and you feel that feeling that ki, nahi, it is something that gives you like makes you feel happy. So you feel that you are being able to live a life that you enjoy. You feel gratitude for that. And I mean, it gives me like, I mean, it gives me it extends my mindset, like a frame of,
Yeah.
yeah, that
Yeah,
is it.
very well said, Nupur.
Mm.
And yeah, I think the takeaway is that running brings out the rawest of your emotions
Yeah.
and really brings them out. And very well said. Thank you for
And you
sharing
can,
that last.
yeah,
Yeah,
and you can, I mean, you can definitely train yourself, you train your mind to be able to, I mean, sustain that distance in
direct.
that much
Yeah,
time.
yeah,
But at least it gives it makes you ponder the question like what is happening actually. So it's nice.
yeah. One last thing that I wanted to quickly touch upon was कोई common mistakes, because you people have also transitioned or are in that phase where आप marathon distances भी भाग रहे हैं और ultra distances भी कर रहे हैं. तो what are some common mistakes that y'all went through and y'all learned from, जो हम बाकी athletes जिन्हें transition करना है उनके साथ share कर सकते हैं? Anyone, Vipul, you can take this.
जब मैं 100 किलोमीटर के लिए जब मैं ट्रेनिंग कर रहा होता हूँ तो वहाँ पे मेरे को फुल मैराथन में भी एक हेल्प मिलता है। इट्स ऑल अबाउट एंड्योरेंस। तो जब मैं 100 किलोमीटर के लिए ट्रेनिंग कर रहा होता हूँ तो वहाँ पर फुल मैराथन के लिए मेरे को बहुत काफी हेल्प मिलती है, क्योंकि वहाँ पे मेरे को एंड्योरेंस जब आपको 100 किलोमीटर के लिए काफी ज्यादा आपको माइलेज की जरूरत होती है, तो वहाँ पे मैराथन ट्रेनिंग में बहुत इजी हो जाता है आपके लिए करना। तो वहाँ पे मुझे बहुत हेल्प मिलती है। एंड देन जब हम फुल मैराथन के लिए तैयारी कर रहे होते हैं और ओ सॉरी, जब हम मतलब तो जब हम फुल मैराथन के लिए तैयारी कर रहे होते हैं तो वहाँ पर 100 किलोमीटर के लिए जब हम फुल मैराथन के लिए तैयारी कर रहे होते हैं तो जो 100 किलोमीटर का जो हमारी जो स्ट्रेंथ होती है तो वो हमें फुल मैराथन में भी काफी हेल्प करता है।
Yeah.
देन जब मैं फुल मैराथन के लिए तैयारी कर रहा होता हूँ तो वहाँ पे 100 किलोमीटर में मेरे को काफी हेल्प मिलती है, क्योंकि फुल मैराथन में आपको पेस एंड एंड्योरेंस दोनों चाहिए होता है। तो वहाँ पे मुझे 100 किलोमीटर में काफी पेस पे भागने के लिए मेरे को वहाँ पे काफी हेल्प मिलता है। तो मैं
Yeah.
जब हम फुल मैराथन से इसको 100 किलोमीटर जो हम इसको ट्रांजिशन करते हैं तो मैं काफी इजीली को कर लेता हूँ कि कैसे इसको मतलब स्ट्रेटेजाइज करना है कि पहले हम फुल मैराथन के लिए ट्रेनिंग करते हैं, देन अब 100 किलोमीटर के लिए हमको कैसे ट्रेनिंग करना है। तो काफी इजीली मैं इसको मेंटेन कर लेता हूँ।
Yeah. I think that's what Vipul uses full marathons as practice. Like he runs practice full marathons to train for the 100K. Yeah, yeah, Nupur.
विद अ फास्ट पेस, बिकॉज जब हम फुल मैराथन की तैयारी कर रहे होते हैं तो उसमें आपको पेस का भी ध्यान रखना पड़ता है, सच अ हार्ड पेस। तो वहाँ पे मुझे 100 किलोमीटर में वो तेज भागने के लिए काफी हेल्प मिलता है।
Correct. Yeah, Nupur.
So, there's like people. There's a saying like that goes as you plan the race and you race the plan. So the most the most common mistakes that mostly people do is that they come with a plan, but once in the race they start following someone else's plan. Like like I said, in stadium runs also when we run, so everyone is running on the same track and it's easier to get carried away with other people's pace. So that is something which I find like the most common mistake. Like you come with a plan, you have a strategy for everything, your pacing, your nutrition and everything, but once you see someone else running at a different pace or going ahead, you forget about your plan and you start following their
Yeah,
strategy. So that is one of the most common mistakes that people follow. And like plan your plan the race is one thing, like, but in a race there are always predictable and unpredictable conditions. Like, so you come with a
correct.
plan for the predictables and you adapt for the unpredictable. So that is one thing that we need to keep in mind when planning for such a longer distances. Like for
Yeah,
me, for this for 100 kilometer, I'll keep in mind about the competition, but I'll also stick to my plan and see how my body is feeling at the time and accordingly adapt to the situation. So that is what I feel.
yeah. Nicely put. I think we all need to keep reminding ourselves to run our own race and look at the bigger picture
Mhm.
of why you're running. And it's not just about the race; it's
Mhm.
because you love to run.
Mhm.
Lastly, really excited to catch your performance at the World Championships and just wanted to know what your expectations are for the race. Are you planning to are you targeting any specific timings? I think uh, Vipul is stuck. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
That's okay. Nupur, are you targeting any specific
Like
timing?
I'm not like targeting as such. Obviously, I have a number in my mind, but let's see.
Yeah.
The Asia Oceania Championship, 24 hours championship, which happened in July. The Indian team, men and women, they showed like some stunning performances, and they really raised the standards high. So definitely, matlab, I would like to keep that standard going, and will perform at my best, and we'll see. I'm not uh, taking that much of pressure as of now. At least that's what I'm telling myself. Like it's a race. It's important, but it's not what defines me. And
Correct.
we'll see. I'll perform at my best, and it's the journey that I'm like. It's the experience, and it's the journey that I'm like looking forward to.
Yeah.
And
Good
obviously,
luck.
like I'm excited with the team, and everyone is at their peak, and we can hope for a very good performance by Indian team, like men and women both. So let's see.
Yes. विपुल इज बैक. विपुल, आपके क्या expectations है from the race? Are you targeting any specific time?
Uh, yes, I'm targeting very tough time. It's 6:40. It's up 6:45. Uh, पहले मैंने सब 7 का सोचा था, लेकिन अगर मैं 6:45 से नीचे का सोचूंगा तब जाके मैं सब 7 करूंगा. तो इट्स रियली अ टफ टाइम, बट आई ट्रेंड अकॉर्डिंगली. तो मैंने उसी हिसाब से ट्रेनिंग करी है. जो मेरा गोल्ड रेस पेस है, मैंने सबसे ज्यादा उसी पेस पे मैं भागा हूँ. तो आई होप दैट कि मैं वहाँ पे कंफर्टेबल फील करूंगा उस गोल्ड रेस पेस पे.
Got
और
disconnected, I
साथ
guess,
ही मैं
again.
Yeah, we can hear you, विपुल.
अ, और साथ में मैं टारगेट कर रहा हूँ एक बिग मार्जिन वाला, एक नेशनल रिकॉर्ड की. आने वाले टाइम में इसको कोई तोड़ ना पाए, मतलब कोई सोचे भी ना इसको तोड़ने के लिए. तो ऐसा मैं एक रिकॉर्ड प्लान कर रहा हूँ.
Wow, that's awesome. We really hope you get this done. We are excited. We usually हम सारे lives को एक quick rapid fire fast five करते हैं. तो let's do that. My first question is to Nupur. What is the one thing that you tell yourself at the start line?
Just to keep it simple and have fun, and it's not just about the one run, but the experience you get out of it. So, like, keep it simple, have a good time, have fun.
विपुल, हाउ अबाउट यू? आप स्टार्ट लाइन पे खुद को क्या बोलते हैं?
स्टार्ट लाइन पे मैं सबसे पहले जो मैंने अपनी ट्रेनिंग करी उसको याद करना, कि मैं कैसे कि दिल्ली की हीट में मैंने कैसे ट्रेन किया. और वो इंजरीज, वो फैटिग लेग्स में क्रैम्प्स, तो ये सब याद करके. और इट्स ऑल अबाउट ड्रीम, कि मेरा ड्रीम क्या है, मुझे अभी और आगे जाना है. और क्या मेरे ड्रीम से आगे जाके कि अल्टर रनिंग में मेरे को वो अचीव करने हैं. तो इट्स ऑल माई स्टार्ट लाइन फीलिंग.
Great. What is your favorite Unived product, Vipul?
Unived Elite Recovery Mix, as always.
Yeah,
Disconnected.
I think we've heard him say that before. How about you, Nupur?
I like Unived gels. I mean, the taste of it and the energy and everything. I've been using it for a couple of years, and I like those. Well, there are many products, and out of all those, gels are like my go-to.
Great.
Recovery mix is
What is, sorry, yeah, go ahead.
no. I was saying recovery mix is also another product that I like, and protein also. So, but that
Yeah.
that stands out as gels mainly.
Yeah. What is the one nutrition advice that has changed your life? A nutrition or a training advice?
For me, मतलब when I started running, it was more like uh, देखते हैं कितना ज़्यादा efforts मार सकते हो. But to understand that to be able to perform at a certain level, you need calories to burn that energy. I mean, when you're burning that much of energy, you need calories to replenish that and perform at the same level. So that was one
Correct.
thing that I have learned over the years. Ki you need the energy that you need. You can't just uh, ignore it and like live by the like what usually people follow. So
Correct.
nutrition is very important for your runs, for
Yeah.
your runs or your for performance.
Correct.
Hmm.
विपुल, आपने आपका कौन सा एडवाइस है which you learned over the period of time?
अभी जो मैम ने कहा कि मेरा भी वैसे सेम है कि क्योंकि जब हम रन करते हैं सच अ लॉन्ग डिस्टेंस तो कैलोरीज वहाँ पे बहुत ज्यादा बर्न होती है, तो उससे मतलब 2 टाइम्स ज्यादा हमको वो कैलोरीज लेनी पड़ती है। तो वो मैं अपने चाहे वो चीट मील से लूँ या अपनी जो प्रॉपर न्यूट्रिशन से लूँ, लेकिन वो कैलोरीज इनटेक मुझे पूरा करना
Not
पड़ता है
disconnected.
ड्यूरिंग माई ट्रेनिंग।
Correct.
Hmm.
Yeah. Um, well, what is your favorite ultra distance, Vipul? सबसे बेस्ट या फेवरेट अल्ट्रा डिस्टेंस?
100 किलोमीटर।
Awesome. For you,
Mine
Nupur.
is not. No, mine is not. Mine is like 40 to 50 kilometers. 50 kilometers, and मतलब, instead of distance, I would say the time. Like I am very comfortable with 5 to 7 hours of either on trails or on roads.
Okay.
And I want to 100K with the with the ब्लिस्टरिंग प्रेस, क्योंकि मुझे 100 के एक बहुत तेज पेस पे भागना है और वो एक दिन मैं करना चाहता हूँ।
It's
आई होप
disconnected.
दैट इन फ्यूचर।
Yeah. I think
एम
Nupur,
आई ऑडिबल?
it's
एम आई
something
ऑडिबल?
from your side. Yeah, Vipul, you are audible.
ओके।
Yeah.
तो 100K में मुझे फ्यूचर में ऐसा भी करना है कि एक फास्ट पेस से मुझे कंप्लीट करना है कि आई होप कि जो वर्ल्ड रिकॉर्ड का जो टाइम है उसके आसपास तो मैं रहूं फ्यूचर में। तो
Awesome.
Next Indian solo. I forgot his name.
Yeah. A race that you will never forget. Vipul, you can go for this one.
न्यू दिल्ली मैराथन।
ये साल वाला?
यस।
Great. He podium
For me,
finished at the second place, right?
या मतलब बहुत अच्छी रेस थी मेरे लिए वो काफी, क्योंकि वो एक रेस थी कि मैंने वो स्ट्रॉन्ग भी फिनिश किया था और ना मुझे कोई क्रैम्प आया। मतलब वो बहुत कंफर्टेबल मैंने वो रेस फिनिश करी, और लाइफ में ये बहुत रेयर होता है मेरे साथ, और एक अच्छे टाइम के साथ इतना कंफर्टेबल आपको फील करते हुए भी आप इतना अच्छा रेस भाग गए, तो वो काफी काफी अच्छा फीलिंग था मेरे लिए। आई होप कि ये आगे भी होगा।
Yes, definitely.
for
Nupur, how
me,
about you?
it was definitely Eco Trail Alula. I mean, for so many reasons. Few of them I've mentioned before also,
Yeah.
and like the people I met during the race, a lot of them from Asia Trail Masters and other places. Like it was not just the run, but overall experience. So it was very beautiful, and it helped me come out of from a very different mindset. So that is one race that will remain very close to me forever.
Great.
But there are many more
Uh,
experiences, right? Definitely.
yeah. Well, thank you for taking your time out. It was a really good chat. Uh, and we really hope that uh, win the targets that you have set. And all the best from all of us watching and from Team Unived. Um, hope to see you excel at the race. Thank you for sharing your training and your nutrition strategies with us. And audience as well, thank you for watching. We'll have Nupur's and Vipul's Instagram links below in case you all want to check their profiles out and reach out to them. So, yeah, have a nice weekend, everyone. Thank you for joining. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.